Switch of South Africa in proud association with Change Cars. Change Cars is a trusted online website because they work with trusted dealers and the best insure in South Africa, Discovery Insure. Welcome back to Switch of South Africa. I'm Nicky Nash as always, and today you guys join me inside the new 2020 Renault Captur. The reason I'm saying 2020 or 2020 was because this car was officially launched globally 3 years ago, and we only received it now in 2023 in South Africa. So this car was launched, I think, a month ago. You seen this in April, so it was launched sometime in April. So we'll speak about my thoughts about the car being delayed so much, but I'm going to tell you about the exterior design of the vehicle, the interior look of the vehicle, the drive, and my recommendation. So the exterior look of the vehicle, I honestly like the car most at the back because it looks very futuristic. It looks futuristic. It looks up to date, up to its competitors in terms of the look of the vehicle at the back. In the front, it looks like, for me, it looks like any other Renault. It looks like the Renault Clio. So I'm used to the look of the vehicle in front, so it's nothing wow per se for me. And then jumping into the interior, it looks exactly the same as a Renault Clio. So there's nothing wow about being in a Captur compared to being in a Clio. So if you've been in a Clio and you get in a Captur, you won't be wowed by how the Captur looks inside, because it looks exactly like the Clio. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you would expect being in a Captur, certain things should be different. So the only difference in this vehicle is that this one has an automatic transmission compared to the Clio, and the gear selector is very different. It looks very unique. It feels good. So something I do like about the vehicle. Something that also a bit different from the Clio, if I remember correctly, is the seats. Those seats are part leather and they have white detailing on the side. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, these seats look familiar. Where have I seen them before? You must probably seen them in Volvo vehicles. Volvo use this design and they've used it for the longest of time. So Renault have just decided to take a bite from that design element and put it into their vehicles. So that's with the regards to the interior of the vehicle. Space at the back is decent. Normal driving position, like I sit behind myself at the back, just fits. Headroom is okay, but someone that's taller than me, and I'm 1.37 meters tall, because you guys keep saying I say kilometers. Why would I say that? Someone that's taller than me sitting at the back of this vehicle, you will feel a bit cramped. It's not a vehicle that you look to do long distance with, and you don't buy this vehicle looking to do long distance with. You buy it for city around what I'm doing now, residential areas, to go to work, and something small, compact. It's called compact for a reason. Small compact SUV. So the drive of the vehicle, the car drives quite good. So under the bonnet here, you're looking at a 1.3 turbocharged engine, and this engine works well. Hence, it's found in other vehicles, namely the Mercedes-Benz A-Class, A200, and the Nissan Qashqai, the new Nissan Qashqai, the one that we had on test sometime last year. So click the link in the description box below for that video. So it works well with this one. So here, this vehicle and that engine is collaborated with a 7-speed EDC meaning dual clutch. That's what Renault calls their dual clutch transmission gearbox. So you're looking at a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox here. And how is the gearbox? So the gearbox found in this vehicle, it works well for this vehicle and that engine that's found in this vehicle. So it does get the job done. The transmission, the gear changes are smooth. The car doesn't jerk like most DCTs that I've driven. This car's okay. The turbo lag is not necessarily, it's there as any other vehicle, but it's not bad turbo lag, because you put your foot down, changes, it goes. Speaking of the power, you're looking at 113 kilowatts and 270 newton meters of torque. What do I think about that? It's more than enough in this vehicle. I'm looking at the size of the vehicle, the power of the vehicle. This car does handle that power. That power does handle this vehicle so good, because the car feels good when driving. When you do want to push the vehicle will go. So fuel efficiency of this vehicle, you're looking at a claimed 6.6 liters per 100. And this time around, I don't have to say, unfortunately, I didn't get to that figure. Fortunately, so I was able to achieve around that figure. So I got to like a 6.8. So I definitely feel that you can definitely get it down to 6.6 and even lower. I've read my media colleagues said they've got it to a 5.9, and I do believe it. So when this vehicle came, my range was telling me 600 and something, late 600s. And I can comfortably say on one tank in this vehicle, you can do more than 600. If you drive the car properly, it'll give you what you want. So that's with regard to the drive of the vehicle. Now I'm going to tell you those 3 things that you guys always know that I always do. 3 things I like of the vehicle and 3 things I don't like about the vehicle. And I start with the bad as always. And number 1 that I need to mention is something that bothers me so much to a point where I don't use it anymore. So this car has an electronic handbrake, right? And to press the electronic handbrake in this specific unit, I don't know if it's all models. You might find that it's just this vehicle's fault, so I'm just judging it on this vehicle. So I'm gonna put an insert now where you're gonna hear how it feels when you drop the handbrake. Insert in now. So you guys saw and heard like how much effort I had to push so to drop the handbrake. So when I say I don't use it anymore, so cars that have electronic handbrake, when you put the car in gear, seat belt on, and you put you go on the accelerator, it'll disengage by itself. So that's how I disengage the handbrake in the specific vehicle, because I am not trying to break my finger, my thumb, or anything like that. So I don't like that about the vehicle. It's my number 1 thing. It's the first thing I noticed when I got this vehicle. The second thing I don't like about this vehicle is how laggy the infotainment system looks, and how laggy the infotainment is and how it looks. So I'm not a fan of how it looks in terms of like the infotainment system itself, not the screen itself, like the software behind every single thing. It's laggy. So I don't like that about the vehicle. The third thing I don't like about the vehicle, I get it's a 3-year-old car and it's only coming to South Africa now. The fact that it's only coming to South Africa now, Renault South Africa could have done something to mitigate what I'm saying I don't like. So the third thing I don't like in this vehicle, there is no USB-C points. It's USB-B. USB-B meaning those big, you should be seeing them now in the overplay video, those big ones. There's no USB-C. And for people that you guys buy phones every year, and your phones use Type-C to Lightning or Type-C to Type-C. So these big USBs don't work in this vehicle, and there is 4 of them. So I don't get why I put 4. At least put two. So it's something I don't like about this vehicle, and irritated me quite so. So that's the third thing I don't like about this vehicle. Now on to the good things about this vehicle. Good things, I need to speak about how the car looks. For me, I do like the look of the vehicle overall. That's the first thing I like about the vehicle. The second thing I like about the vehicle is, I think is my favorite thing about this vehicle, is how it drives. It's a good car to drive. It's a good car to be in. So I do like that. And the third thing I like about the vehicle is just how it feels being where I am. So the seats feel good, the steering wheel feel is quite good as well. So it's something that I like about the vehicle, that Renault has made this vehicle a good vehicle to be in. And it's not often I'd find myself saying that. Looking at how I didn't necessarily like the Clio, so click my link in the description box below to watch that review. But in this vehicle, Renault did what needed to be done. And something that I touched on the Clio is with regards to driving mode. So the Clio had the exact same driving modes that this vehicle has. So it had My Sense, Eco, and Sport. In the Clio, I did mention why I didn't like that. Link in the description box below. In this vehicle, it has a My Sense, an Eco, and a Sport. What do I think about that? It's okay. I don't hate it. So I've been driving this car in My Sense, and My Sense is more like my normal mode and stuff like that. So it's fine in this vehicle. Now on to those 3 important questions I asked myself. Do I like the car? Would I buy the car? Would I recommend the car? Do I like the car? Yes, I do like the car. Would I buy the car? No, I would not. 3, would I recommend the car? Definitely. The reason why I personally wouldn't buy this car is because of its competitors. So price wise for this vehicle, starting, there's 2 model variants you can choose from. There's a Zen and there's an Intens. I mean the Intens, the top of the range. So pricing wise, you're looking at 454,000 Rand for the entry model, and for the one I'm in right now, it's 499,000 Rand. So basically 500,000 Rand on the dot. I personally wouldn't buy this one because of what I can get in the market for 500,000 Rand. So for 500,000 Rand, I can get something in the likes of a Volkswagen T-Cross. There's a Haval Julian around, so I really do like the Haval Julian. There's a Haval Julian, there's a Kia Seltos for that price, there's a Hyundai Creta for that price, and then if you look at something more stylish and all of that, there's a Opel Mokka for that price. So there's quite a number of vehicles for that price, and for me, it's one of the reasons why I don't think I'd buy this vehicle. I'd first really want to test drive the other vehicles, and there's already a few vehicles on the top of my mind that I'd rather go for over this. But for the general public, this is a vehicle to consider. It will do you good. From the week I've had this vehicle, in terms of the drive and the feel of the car, I haven't had much complaint besides that electronic handbrake, and that's my recommendation of the car. I would tell you to go buy it. So I've told you every single thing you need to know about this vehicle. Tell me what you think about the car, and we'll take it from there. And yeah, comment down below everything you need to know, and I hope you guys like the content. And I keep getting it wrong. Yes, I was actually right. I'm Nicky Nash from City, South Africa, and I hope you guys like the content. Stay tuned for the next review. On to the next one.